Now to that Bible verse that was missed. For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place. But you and your father's family will perish. And who knows? But that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. This is taken from the book of Esther chapter 4 verse 14. Now let's explain this. Esther 4:14 signifies that God strategically positions individuals in specific circumstances, in quotes, for such a time as this, to fulfill his divine purposes, requiring courage to act against fear. Mordecai challenges Queen Esther that while God's providence is inevitable, our opportunity to help our people is a personal choice. Now, all these are gotten from godsquestions.org. Key meaning and implications of this verse. For such a time as this suggest God places you in your current situation, job, family, location, intentionally for a specific purpose or opportunity. Now, God's sovereignty and responsibility. God will accomplish his plans, but individuals are challenged to be active participants rather than silent bystanders. Another point, courage over fear. It is a call to take risks and act on behalf of others, trusting in divine providence even when circumstances seem dangerous or uncertain. Active stewardship. It warns that silence in the face of injustice or need can lead to wasted opportunities and consequences. Now, the usage examples. In modern context, encouraging someone to take a leadership position or speak up regarding an injustice, reassuring individuals that their current, perhaps difficult circumstances are not accident, but ordained by God for a reason, as a call to action to step out of comfort zones to make a difference. This verse, spoken by Mordecai to Esther, when the Jewish people faced extinction, I like that even if she failed to act, God will save his people another way. However, she will lose her chance to be used by God and perish herself. So this is just like God sent you to do something. In fact, Mordecai is not just he was not just a Mordecai, he was like a prophet. Because for him to acknowledge the fact that Esther was not just there by chance. You were not just elevated to the position of a queen when you're supposed to be in prison, when you're supposed to be a slave. You were not just elevated all the way to that position by chance. So he made her realize that, listen, this position you're occupying, you know that this is beyond you. God brought you there as his child for a reason. So do not fold your hands and just enjoy the position for enjoying sake. Acknowledge the fact that you did not just get there by chance. You have to be smart here. So it shows that as children of God, we can't take everything with levity. We cannot take everything with, oh, it just happened. Even when the unpleasant things happen, let's try to touchlight the situation and see where God or what God is actually saying about that issue. Because seriously, if you're a child of God and you have been keeping up with God, you will know that there is practically nothing that happened by chance in your life. And this is talking about myself. Whenever you see me talking like this, I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking to just you. I'm talking to myself. Whatever I'm saying is also talking to me. So it's that there are positions where we find ourselves. God does not want us to just get there and fold our hands, even when you are jobless, when you think that you're seeking for a job and it's not yet coming, or you're there waiting for something. So in that wait, God doesn't want us to just lazy about and sit down there. You can't do something. Anything, there's always something to do. No matter how jobless you look, there's always something to do. So just make sure you're not there. Okay, let's assume you're looking for a job and you'll be writing applications and all of that. You can use the opportunity to attend trainings, maybe any free trainings. You can use the opportunity to make research about, if you're sure that that's the job you want to do, you can go on YouTube, learning more about the job or learning more about what things you can actually meet at any other interviews. Just upgrade, do something even in the place of unrest. Like, let's just do something. I am learning from this story as well. So Esther just getting in that position, finding herself in the position of a queen, just like that. She knows that she has nothing should have made her to be in that position if not for God. So Mordecai now opening her understanding that, listen, this position you're occupying, use it now to save your people. Otherwise, all of us will perish. And one thing about God is that if people have been crying to God because people were crying to him. So God will definitely save his people, whether you do it or not. Even though you're occupying this position as queen, God can bypass you and use someone else to save his people. And for you, the king will later find out that you are Jew and will later still put you to death. Somehow, somebody might still rise up and gang up against her, and she will be put to death, because the king will later find out her real identity. So it is very, very important that we always acknowledge that God is aware of our movements, of our relocation, of anywhere we find ourselves. God is aware, and God will not leave us nor forsake us. And we too, we have to make sure that any position we find ourselves, we use it well. Just make sure whatever you do, always, one way or the other, returning glory back to God. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Have a nice, beautiful day.